Hello everyone, this is Maria with Maria's Crafting Corner. Welcome to another paper crafting video. I'm really excited about this video. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been participating in the Fun Folds blog hop just for Stampin' Up demonstrators, and I've been doing this for a while. I kind of stopped I want to say 2-3 months ago. Things got a little hectic and I had to take kind of a break from things. But I am restarting in this month, and this is the month of March. And I thought it was a great idea to kind of also make a video with to accompany the blog, just because I always like videos. I feel that they are it's so good. They explain and you can re-explain, and I just like it. I guess I am a visual person, so videos for me is the way to go. And I figured we can try to do this together. So fingers crossed this works well. I am really excited about going back to participating in this blog hop. Before we go any further, I do want to kind of chat with you about some of the things that are coming, that are new, and I want to show you. Let's see if this works. You guys also know that I've been kind of having some hard time with my software. I just got a new software to do the videos, and I am also super excited about that. So let's see if this works. This is the new kits. These kits just dropped down in March, and aren't they gorgeous? I really like the one that you can see to your right. That is called Welcome Garden, and the other one has more of like just some sea scenes. So all really beautiful. I think you guys are going to love it. The second thing I want to remind you guys is the paper pumpkin kit. I am not going to go there because I don't have yet, at the time I'm making this video, I don't have an image for the new coming paper pumpkin kit, but I just want to remind you of it. So let's do this. I want to show you where I got this information to. This not information, what am I thinking? This is, let me see, there we go. So this is where I got today's idea. This is the card that we're going to be making. This is one of those cases where I was like, oh my god, this is such an easy card. We're going to have a blast. We're going to be doing this. It'll be fine, right? It'll be super easy. Let me tell you, it took me a little bit longer than I expected to actually get it, because I started from zero. This is what I saw, and I really thought it was going to be very easy. What I have to say, friend, is that in this case, it's just a regular gatefold kind of a card, and I think that I thought it was going to be really easy. Part of what made it complicated was trying to just keep the cross and the layers for the cross. So that took me a little bit to figure out. I figured out the way I want it. It's not perfect. I'll show you here in a minute what I mean. After I was done, I saw a couple of other options out there. One of them is a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and what she did is kind of just the basic fun fold, right, like the gatefold, and put on top a piece, which makes a lot of sense, makes it so much easier, right? I don't know what I was thinking doing this, but no matter what, you can do both ways. I can show you kind of what I mean later on when we're building ours. So let's go to the crafting table, and hopefully this works very well. Oh, there it is. Miracles. I'm so excited when these things happen, and it's a smooth transition and things seem to be working well. Okay, so we are going to start with a piece of very vanilla. This is 8.5 by 5.5. And before I go any further, let me show you what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using this Rejoice in Him. This is a retire set. I really like the sentiments in it. I really like the font on them, but I also love this dove here, so that's, we're going to be using that one. And we're going to be using Flowers of Beauty, mainly because we were going to be using the dies. I did not do any stamping. I'm just going to be using the dies. Dies are my favorite, and some of my favorites. I know you guys have seen me use them over and over again. So those are the stamps and bundles we're going to be using. On top of that, we're going to be using very vanilla and this paper. This paper is called Seasons of Elegance, and I think the one we're going to be using is this one, actually. There we go. And this was in the mini catalog, so the holiday catalog from last year. I don't know if it's still available. I think it is still available. It's really, really beautiful. I got it, and guys, look at that. I've not used it. So this is one of those things that I have to start using, and I thought it would be gorgeous for our card today. Along with that, and I think this is also still available, this is called Gold Mercury Vellum. So it is just a vellum with splashes of gold, and I know if you've been here before, you know how much I really like that. We're going to be using as well some gold foil and very vanilla cardstock. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to bring my trimmer, and we are going to, here we go, put it horizontally, and we are going to, I'm just bringing my cheat sheet here close to my eyes. We're going to align at 1/7/8, and we're going to score. So 1/7/8, 3 1/4, 5 1/8, moving this to 5 1/8. There it goes. And 6 5/8. Okay. I'm going to open the arm here. We're going to go to 6 5/8. There we go. So what I was kind of telling you, there is a disparity. And what it happens to be is that these panel, and it's hard to see. Let's finish and I'll show you then later. Now we are going to place vertically, and we are going to align again at 1/7/8, right? And we are going to cut, and we're going to cut between those two panels. So this is what I'm going to do, guys, so you kind of just see where the panels are. Okay, there we go. So it's easier to see, maybe, kind of. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut in the middle panels, so between the first and the second score line, and between the third and the fourth score line. Okay, so again, we're going to go at 1/7/8, and that's where we're going to cut. And don't quote me, we're going to move to 1 1/2. Sorry, guys. So we're going, again, let me say this again. We're going to place this vertically. We're going to go to 1 1/2, and we are going to cut between the first and second score line. So that's our first one. And it is a little bit hard to see because it's very, the very vanilla. So I go slowly. And then I'm going to move to the third and the fourth score line, and I'm going to cut between those two as well. Okay, so there we go. I'm just trying to be thoughtful because I can't see very well, guys. You're gonna, in spite of all these, my head is not there yet. So I'm just going to push a little bit. There is my head, but I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. And now we are going to move to 3. So align at 3, and we're going to do the same cut. So between those two score lines, so it's between the first one and the second one, and between the third one and the fourth one. Okay, I'm going to turn this around again, and we are going, now we do align at 1 7/8, right, which is our first score line there, and I am going to cut between those two cuts we just made. So you guys know that I move really slow. I always figure it's much easier to go slow, and if I missed, I can use my scissors. If I you know, if I go too far, then it'll be too far. And I'm going to move now all the way to 6 5/8, and we are going to cut, which is again that score line, and we're going to cut between those two cuts we just made. So okay, so this is how this goes. See, this still not perfectly there. Let me bring my snips real quick, and we are going to cut that a tiny bit. So we have one there, and this one is also not cut all the way, but we can use our scissors to do that, and that way again we did not kind of move further within, you know, cut more than we needed to. Okay, so this is a fold, a gate fold. So we're going to fold these. Let me move this a tiny bit. We're going to fold these here. So this is going to go mountain. This one goes valley. The next one goes valley 2, and the last one goes mountain. Okay, so this is how we are going to go, and in the end our card is going to look like this. It has a little bit of color and all, but this is the basic setting. Now, I was telling you guys about this. So what happened is this panel is 1/8 of an inch bigger than this other panel. And what happens is I really don't like to play with 16ths. So I decided I was okay with just having these panels not perfectly the same measurement. It doesn't really affect the end result, so I just figure it does not make sense. Part of the reason why it doesn't affect it is because now we're going to fold this a tiny bit, and we are going to cut 1/4 of an inch. The reason that we're cutting 1/4 of an inch is so these fits on a regular envelope, and we're going to do the same on in here. Okay, so we're just cutting 1/4 of an inch on each side of the cross. Okay, and now it fits on 1/4 on a regular envelope. There you go, it's 4 1/4. Okay, so this is our card. This was really easy to make, guys. Where I struggled was trying to create the cross, the layers of the cross. Yes, you can all laugh, it's very funny. Okay, so don't forget that I'll have all those measurements in the description below and in the blog. Actually, the measurements will be all on the blog. I'll put the link down below so you can just hop onto the blog real quick and check on those, and then also follow all the other blog hoppers, you know, that are working with this wonderful Stampin' Up fun fold blogs. Okay, so let's get started with the sides and decorating. So I did, and I have all that already done, guys. I have been making very long videos for whatever reason, and I was trying to keep it as short as possible. So I have already my layers ready and to go. Again, all those measurements are going to be all, you know, included, but you will need, let me think, I think it's 5 pieces. In this case is gold foil of 1 3/4 by 5 3/8, and the top layer is 1 5/8 by 5 1/4. But we're going to need 5 of those because I decided to decorate the back. So I'm going to put these 2 here, and these, which already I have stamped, guys, is going to be the one in the middle. So that's how the back is going to look. So let's go ahead and start again decorating. I have here my sweet petunia glue thingy that we are friends. Every so often we start very, very good, and then it just dries and I don't know what happens, guys, but I have to tell you, it is a little bit annoying. I do love it because if you like me, I don't know if you guys can tell, I am starting to have some arthritis in my fingers, and so it makes it a little harder to push, really push like the glue, right, to let the glue out. And so I am loving for that. Now, of course, you probably seen these, and if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator or, you know, very familiar with Stampin' Up, you're probably saying, but Maria, that is basic gray, not basic gray, basic beige, right? And it is, you're totally right, basic beige. So the reason is this matches really well. The basic beige is a little bit, it's a tone obviously very different. Let me put it up close so you can see. It is very different than the basic beige, but because it has the gold and it's going to have some extra other stuff in here, I think that all in all is going to work well. I hope so, guys. We're building this together. You know, I do that a lot. We're built together, and then you know, we can see flaws and we can make it better. But that is, I really think it does not create a big difference, and I really like it. So we're going to turn around, and I'm going to bring in all the panels that belong to the back right now. I'm going to bring this one. This one goes in the middle, and it just says "Peace be unto you." That "Peace be unto you" is stamped in pecan pie. I was trying to, I mean, I didn't want it to be embossed for whatever reason. I was like, it's too much embossing, right? Too much gold. Even I think too much gold can happen, and I decided not to go with that. So what you guys are seeing here is I used the, oh my goodness, I forgot the name of it. Let me bring it. I used the Eyelet 3D embossing folder to just emboss these two panels. I think I've told you guys how much I really like using embossing folder or embossed paper for these. It feels to me that it just really works well. So we'll do some decorating later on. As you guys can see, I have a few things that we can utilize in here for later. Now we are going to focus on the panels, and like I told you, they are different sizes, so I have to put them together so I don't mess it up, right? I think this goes with this one and this goes with this one. And in this one, I am using the Seasons of Elegance. I think it was called Green and Gold paper. This is one of my favorite paper. I just really like. This is just golden berry vanilla, goes so well. But that paper in itself was gorgeous because it had old olive and mossy meadow, and those three colors they just match so beautifully. So again, I want to say that it's still available. Don't quote me on that one though, because I have not checked that one. I am sure that the Seasons of Elegance, which is this one, is still available, and the same as the Bellum. So we are going to add all these two beautiful decorations or layers to our card, and there we go. We're almost done here, guys. That is, I'm getting on a record here. It's miraculous. Okay, so we have our thing here. So this is how this is going to look. You see what I'm saying? It does not create like a kind of like a bad match, a color match between the basic gray and the berry vanilla. And these opens, and I'm just gonna push this a little bit, guys, if you can tell. Always the gold foil is a little thicker, and so it does have, I mean, you have to push really. Now let me bring the cross, and we'll cut these together. Just, you know, kind of make one extra. So all the measurements again are going to be there. I cut just in gold, and then I have another piece which I emboss with the timber embossing folder in crumb cake, and I decided to just give this just a kind of like put some life into it using our blending brushes. I do love blending. It just gives such a beautiful just finish to it, right? And that's why, again, I was not too concerned about this, because I figured, oh, this is going to look well. So this is going to go one on top of the other. And what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to glue this real quick, and then we're going to do it together so you guys see me making one of the layers. They follow the same kind of the same recipe, and so you will be able to do them once you have the measurements. But that fits pretty good. You see how beautiful it looks, like the contrast between the brown of the cross and the gold. It looks really, really nice. And all I'm doing this is so we can give these some time to dry while we do the rest of the stuff. Okay, let me put this back in here, and there we go. Okay, I'm just bringing this back up here, guys, so I can see, because it's harder to see from afar. Making sure it's centered. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. You guys are going to have some fun, but I'm going to put that thick piece there so it helps us get it all well glued. Now, this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Yes, so this piece is the second layer. The first layer, and you'll have all those measurements, is 5 1/8 by 5 3/8, but it's the same process. So I figure we can do one of them, and then you'll have an idea of what we're doing. And what we're going to do in this one is we're going to go to 1 1/8. So we're going to go to 1 1/8, and we're going to cut, guys, between the top all the way to 1 1/2. And I am doing as best as I can, trying not to put my big head in there. And then we're going to go down, and we're going to cut from the bottom to 2 3/4. Okay, and now we're going to move to 2 3/4. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to cut from the bottom to 2 3/4, and from the top to 1 1/2. Of course, when you're working in your card, you can like really put your head and make sure that the measurements are perfect, right? But because this is in the video and I just don't want, you know, my big head right there, we're going to do it as is. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to 1 1/2. So there's 1 1/2. And we are going to cut between the top to to that cut we just made, and we're going to move all the way in the top and that cut, right? And so here we go. We're going to remove those two pieces, and now we're going to go to 2 3/4 and do the same thing. So once you have the right measurements, it's pretty easy, guys. And there you go. So we'll remove that, and that's how it goes. And again, you'll have all those measurements. So the first layer is the same process. It just, the measurements are a little bit different, but it's the same idea. And I just wanted to do that with you, so you know that works for you as good as it can happen. As usual, guys, the dogs are with me here, so if you hear them or you hear a lot of noises, it's them. And now we have these well glued, or fairly well glued, nothing moved, and this is how this is going to look. And I think, guys, this looks so beautiful. And I have a few other pieces we're going to be using for decorating, but the first thing we're going to be using is this ribbon. This is a very thick ribbon. It was also from last Christmas, or like the holiday catalog, and this is called satin ribbon. It is, I want to say it's 1 inch, and so it's pretty thick comparatively to what we use, but we're going to use this friend here to create the kind of just the, you know, that image of the cross, and I absolutely love it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this back in here, and I am bringing this very thick, or this thicker piece of tear and tape. I love this. I just stained that, so I'll have to figure out how to fix that, huh? But I really love this tear and tape because it is 3/4 of, not 3/4, 3/8 of an inch. And it just really is useful for, especially if you're doing like mini albums and things like that. This is very useful. So we are going to, I'm just going to bring this in here. Oops. Okay, that did not work well. Let me push this a tiny bit. Whoops, that wasn't loud and noisy. And there we go. So my whole goal here is to be able to attach our ribbon in a way that it's not going to be moving back and forth and back and forth. Now, what I really want also is for these to be as even, you're not seeing, as even as possible, so they kind of look at the same spot, right? And that looks like it's going to give us a good option. So I'm just moving these, calculating that somewhere there is our tear and tape, and same here. I'm just gonna move it a tiny bit. I think that got already, yeah. We're gonna move this. So I want these, even if, so now they're glued, so we don't have a problem. I'm just going to make it straight, right? So make it straight, so it's much better that way. And we're gonna go to the other side, and we are actually going to just move it, make it straight, but move it. Okay, and now we have our I don't know how to call it, satchel thingy here. I don't want to glue it too much. I'm going to glue it in here, but we have somewhere, hopefully I didn't lose it, because, oh no, it's here. I have these, I'm using the decal rectangles, circles, and we're just going to put this one in here. And so these in here is going to help me push that one. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to use the first layer, really. Let's see, there we go. I'm going to use the first layer to hold these, and that I'm happy with that, because that way I don't have to make a whole lot. I think, though, let's move this backwards like this. I think I'm going to remove these tiny bit and move this a little bit more, a little further down. Okay, I think that would be good. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty good. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to use this, or maybe just like, no, like that. And then we'll use this. And that looks so adorable. Initially, actually, I'm going to move that one a little bit further down. Sorry, guys. But it really, it's not a big deal, because it's, you're just moving tiny bits, right? So so it just kind of like is the length you want it. I don't want these. Okay, this is still Cricut, so I don't know how that happens. Again, there we go. Let's see, let's do this. We can do it, right? There we go. Okay, and now there we go. So you can just not put this and do maybe like a piece in here to hold, you know, so not hold it there, but something to hold in here, so it does not do these, right? So maybe another piece of tear and tape, a glue dot can be, I'm just trying to think that if I want this on top, and I think I do, I want this towards the top, so it's going to hold it, but it's not going to be like, you know, oops, look at that, like super crazy, I think. So let's do, first of all, we're going to glue our heat is risen in here, and we'll go from there. And I'm just centering my piece, and all I want is to be these like that. Yeah, just like that. What do you guys think? I think that that will do. I am going to let me come back. Yeah, we're gonna put a lot of glue in all of these, partially because it's gonna be hard to glue that the ribbon, right? Like ribbon does not respond very well to glue, so we're going to put this a little bit higher just there, and it's going to glue like that. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I really like this. I'm gonna move this a tiny bit out, and same as this one, just a tiny bit. Okay, I don't want to get my ribbon dirty. We're going to let that glue or solidify for a minute, and I'm going to show you what I have. And this is, again, these are the dies from Flowers of Beauty. And I was thinking, you know, we can cut these. I want some in here, so I'm going to bring 2 of them and I'm going to cut them. So 1 in each color. This is Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. And I just want, like, oops, let's see, I just want some kind of like just having something popping up here. First of all, okay, we can totally make this smaller and even smaller. So I'm gonna go all the way in here, guys. There we go. I just want something here that can bring a pop of color, and the good news is things can go, you know, can expand a little bit, just because this is when it folds, you know, it will still have enough space. So I'm just cutting these, let's see, so we can try to create some cute things in here, right? And again, this is just a decoration. I'm going to bring this one. Okay, and if you hear bumping, is the Roomba that is cleaning. So I'm gonna bring this one. Let's see, this one, I don't want this one as big. I'm thinking, guys. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna bring another one, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. Okay, so the reason is because these and that one are the same piece, right? And so I just want something different. So I am actually, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put the darker right there, and it's okay, right? We're gonna glue in here. This doesn't move, so we can glue whatever we want, really. And we're going to bring this in here. I'm gonna put, oops, that's a lot of it, so I use my finger to kind of distribute it better. And this is going to go up there. I'm just making sure you're seeing what I'm doing, and I can do this. So if you notice, I put glue only on the top, and so these will not glue in here, right? This is going to be hanging kind of setting. And then I'm going to bring this other piece and I'm going to put it in here, so we have a lighter color, so there's some contrast. Okay, and let's go ahead and glue this. And again, there's a lot of glue in there. It's a little risky, but whoops, that fell. Okay, and now I'm just putting this one here, and I'm going to bring, so this is the other side, and I really want, again, the darker color to be, this is the other one. I want to use this. I want the darker color to go in the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing. Yeah, to be the bottom layer is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. And I want that because it gives you that idea of perception. So, you know, that's the reason behind my, oops. Okay, there we go. And just, let's see, here's the other one. I'm just going to bring whichever I have available that I can cut in here. I think this will do. Okay, I'm cutting really loosely, and then I'm going to perfect this. So what I usually do is kind of figure out where the stem is going, so we can cut there, right there, right? Like that kind of has a natural development, I would say. Same here, right? And same this one. So all I'm doing is following those stems. I'm going to cut that there, and we're going to put this one in here. And again, I don't care if I'm not going to be able to see some of them, because, you know, the whole goal is just to add a little bit of color to these decoration. Now, I have one of these, and I'm just going to bring this one in here. And then we can cut some of these extra sprigs. Sprigs, is it how you call it? Just to fill out a tiny bit. I'm gonna bring another one of these, maybe. There we go. And we're going to add this one somewhere as well. Maybe, oops, that moved. Maybe like that. I am not too concerned because you can probably see I made some flowers. These flowers, again, this belongs to one of these dies. I don't know if you got this one. This is in the annual catalog, but I really love them because I really like to be able to make these flowers. And so there you go. You have all these flowers that you can play with, and that's what I did here, guys. I just put two together, so cut some in white and in berry vanilla, some in gold, and it just like really looks cute. And my thought process is we can probably bring some of the mini or the small, oops, well, first this, there we go. What you guys think? Oh my goodness, it looks so cute. So I'm gonna leave that little higher, and then I'm going to bring another one, and it's going to go like underneath. And I just really like when you're able to play with dimension. And I'm going to bring another one in here, and you can play with this as much as you want. And I think it just provides such a beautiful option for our cross, right? And I'm going to bring, no, let me see which one I have there. Maybe this one, like up there. I think I want, sorry guys, I'm gonna move this one a tiny bit higher there, and then I'm gonna bring this one in here. And I think I'm gonna use glue actually. So less there, I think that'll do. So just this one is a little put higher, right? Okay, let me throw away all these out. All the trash out of the view. We don't need to see the trash, right? Okay, so far this is what we have, and all together I just think it's just so beautiful. Look, I know it's hard to see. There we go. Isn't this just gorgeous, guys? I think it's just a perfect tribute to, you know, for those of us that are Catholic or Christians, just for Jesus. And the last thing I have, guys, is one of those, let me show you up close. So it's one of those doves. It has, it is gold embossed in just very vanilla. So nothing like crazy here. I'm bringing one of the bigger ones, and I'm just going to bring it up here and put it there. So there you go. Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful just seeing it like this, and it will stand, right? So it is a perfect card. This card is probably one of my favorites. Now let's go ahead and put something here in the back. That's why I saved these two, because I figured that you can probably bring one or decorate one and kind of play along. I for sure am going to need to put one here, right? Because I had that mishap, or use some of the flowers in here. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring one of my flowers here, which is going to look really cute, and then I'm going to bring probably another one in here in the lower end, And there we go. And I really don't want to put a whole lot in here. I think I want another one of these right there because it's so beautiful, or maybe just one there. I think I'm gonna leave these simple and just put this one there. I think the front is enough beauty, right? So let me move this. That was not supposed to happen, right? I'm gonna put this one right there, which is what I wanted it, and then I'm going to kind of clean that. If it gets a little sticky later on, we can add something. So I was thinking that if we can clean it, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. I was thinking that we are able to maybe use one of these in here, like a little simpler one like that, and maybe bring, let's see, we're just going to bring one sprig in here too. So that one's going to go there in the back. There we go. And we'll bring this one, like I said, I like the two-tone things, and then I'll bring another one in here for the back. And probably I'm going to just cut this one. It's a little longer, so we'll see what we need, I guess, is my thought process here. So let's see. So we can add this, and then we'll add this one. This needs to be shorter. Kind of like that. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start adding. The best thing with this is glue. Once you have use our really wonderful embossing folders, I mean, it's harder to use any other adhesive. That's been my, you know, kind of my experience. Maybe you have better luck than I have had, but I just have not been very successful with other adhesives but glue. So just giving you that little tip there, and I'm gonna put some glue in all these pieces, because as you can tell, it does need the extra assistance to get glued. And I'm going to bring this in there, and there we go. With the advantage that I cut so many of these that I can bring another one right here. And I'm going to put it there. I kind of like there. Now I'm going to put it in here, and there's a reason for it, and I'll tell you here in a second. And it is because the background is very vanilla, and it's hard to see it, right? Like, so I'm going to bring the other one in here, which it would make easier to see, because the first petal, or the bottom petal, is gold. And we're going to bring in glue this front too. And again, don't be skimpy with the glue, just because there's so much dimensioning here. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of made a mistake here. It's hard to see, but I'm going to cover it as much as possible. I'll show you up close here. I think that I probably used a piece that was not the right piece, or the piece I had to use. It happens sometimes. I got confused using the piece I was not supposed to. And well, here we are. I'm going to bring this in here to this side. And what we're going to do is, besides throwing all the trash, I'm going to bring one of those, one of our flowers, and I'm going to just put it in here. Again, just trying to cover my mistake. And I do have another one, another golden one, which is really cool. So I can put it, like, I don't know, wherever I want. There we go. Whoops. My glue does not want to stay. So let's move that out of the way, keep our trash out, and let's fold these. So this is how it will look on the back, right? And now we don't have the ugly thing there. Something happening there. Let me try to erase that. But that also means that you're able to, you know, you have a little bit of area here to write oops, that got dirty there too. There we go. Oh my goodness. Trying to make sure I'm not in your, that one is a little harder to erase, but I think we did a good job. So that's the back, and then this is the front. And again, I'm in love with this one. I think we lost the flower here, so let's bring another one. Who knows where that went, right? How weird. Okay. We'll bring another one, and that one will go right there. And what I'm going to do, just cause it means it needs to be hold. Okay, I'm going to let that for 1 minute. Hopefully it survives. And we're going to bring something to put in here. So I have these old, so we're going to see what we want. I have not given that a lot of thought. I don't even think it's needed, actually. Right? I don't know. It feels like these are too big. Maybe the little ones would do. I was thinking of, let me see if I can find them. Okay, I found them. And these are the ones I was thinking of. They're called iridescent foil gems, guys, and they're so beautiful. They just have a little sparkle of, so they're white, or they're transparent, I guess. And not I guess, they are. That did not work well for whatever reason. The thing got stuck somewhere else. Well, it went away. Let's get another one. It's fine. And for whatever reason, they don't want to come with me. So I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to bring another one that is also rebellious. Oh, there we go. I want this one here. And then I'm just going to bring one. Okay, let me see. I'm going to bring this closer to me, and I'm going to stand a little to see what I want. And that's not what I wanted. I don't know what it went. That is kind of funny. Oops, sorry guys. I don't know where it went. That's so weird. Okay, so let's grab another one and see if I want it up here. Maybe right there. There we go. Whew, we managed, guys. So here you go. So that has, actually, if you put it at the light, it has like a little bit of iridescent, so you can see kind of splashes of kind of magenta and some green, and I just think it looks gorgeous, and it's a perfect just extra glimpse of color. And that's where we are at, guys. I actually have another flower here, and I think I was thinking of putting it there, but not needed. Just kidding. Okay, this is our card, guys. I absolutely love this card. I think it's perfect, right? And then this is the back. And like I said, guys, it just stays like this and it stands up. And this is how it will look, right? Now, let me show you the one I made as my practice one, which is really beautiful. I am using for this one Thoughtful Journey and the paper. And look how beautiful this is and how colorful. Isn't this so beautiful? I just absolutely love it. And then this is the back. The back is much simpler, just stamp and whatever, but I just really, really love it. Two different versions, one very Maria, full of gold, right? And one in colors that I really love. This color combination is one of my favorite, but I think this is a perfect option using this paper for this card, and for your like Easter cards. That I think it would do great. Okay, guys, let me know if you like them. I hope you did. And again, go to the blog and hop on all the beauties that all are Stampin' Up demonstrator hoppers are designing just for you. So thank you so much for everything. It's super exciting to be doing this video. I am really like super excited for it here between you and me. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And let me come back here, guys. You don't need to see. There we go. Give it a thumbs up, please, and share if you like it. If you're new, you can also subscribe to our channel. Lastly, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and the rest of the week. And look at these two videos that YouTube is recommending for you.